Alright. There we go. I've played in Philadelphia back in the day. Anyways, here we are. It was a great year. We had some crazy, incredible moments. We had some big what the fuck moments. The most important thing is that we survived. Not only did we survive, we thrived in undoubtedly the hardest market anyone has ever traded before, which is our testament to how awesome this moon train is. We started the year with wacky ass post-election trades, this whole thing. We had the tariffs. We saw selling like no one saw coming. We called the bottom to the dollar. We played this whole 2 week. I remember these 2 days. That was obviously a good day to buy. Absolutely incredible to witness. As was the tariff plaque here. And then the whole grind up. I remember vividly the soybean truth post in the 800% gap up on that. I remember 3,700% on Meta. And that leaves us here, right under the JPM collar. So what next? Well, briefly, I do want to say that as for 2026, I kind of over the last few days have a new narrative, which is pump every asset class to the max, followed by economic hijacking, or kidnapping rather, and introduction of the new system. And I think the silver squeeze, the everything squeeze, is to bring asset classes that will be a huge part of the new system to absolute max in order to tokenize them at the highest levels possible, in order to trap wealth in the new system, so that that wealth is there once the new system takes over, and it is the only accepted transactional system. Okay? So, again, that coupled with when the boomers move on to Valhalla, and that money is supposed to trickle down to the people left behind in the game, their kids. The system wants that money. It does not want it to go to the kids. Okay? So that's what's going on, in my opinion. As far as politically, at this point in time, the only political party that I support is the Moon Train. Okay? Like, this shit and the shit you gotta do to be able to be a player in the club, I do not subscribe to as a father and a human being. Anyways, so we're at a kind of a interesting spot. As you remember, for December we had two different fractal paths, this one and this one, and they've both kind of deviated from each other, where we never got this early dip. It was consolidated by sideways action. We didn't really get this pop here. We got more of a dip, but it wasn't a huge dip. That was also kind of a, as you see the pattern here going sideways, fake dip and rips. So the question is, this 4-day week we got going on, does it do this or does it do this? This is why Monday is very pivotal. Now, jumping into Monday, we're gonna keep it really simple. If you cannot take out this high, if you can't take out this high within 30 minutes of open, I am of the opinion currently, barring any crazy news, that we slow bleed into Wednesday's close, and that's the one you buy for Friday or next week. Okay, overall, I do think that this here is more likely where we do dip here, only to get a face ripper the first 2 weeks of January. And the reason I think we get that is because then you got tech earnings. That's what it's all about. But the broader narrative, I would not be surprised if this is exactly next year here. You know, their biggest thing on the board that they need to ensure is that anybody with sub 80 IQ wants to go and vote for the charade to keep the charade going, because there's a lot of people who aren't. So that's what I think is going to be the biggest narrative of next year, to try to keep the system intact and keep believers still believing. As far as stocks, I think anything that is entwined with the new economic system is going to be at the forefront, and I do think that another wave of AI is coming. And I also think that we're still looking in this period to run through all the shit stocks for exit liquidity that will not be of relevance in a year. Okay, and as far as myself, I've had probably the most busy time of my life, and I will be finalizing my next installment in my course and bringing you some other cool shit and trading and traveling. So we are set to have a awesome year. Now this is what I think is gonna happen, and that kind of is followed by that first fractal. The second is of course this, but we're at the tail end here. This kind of didn't pan out. This also has a pop, but it undoubtedly January will be plagued, or I don't think it's going to be a plague, but by the unleash of volatility. There is no fucking way that we just stay down here forever. We've had 2 pierces of the Bollinger Band. Can they push it? Yeah, if they do push it here, you're gonna go sub Valhalla line here. But at some point, I don't think these pops are gonna be very sustainable. They're gonna probably look like this, but they are definitely coming, and you don't want to be caught on the wrong side. So still in holiday trading mode, 90% cash required, etc, etc, etc. Maybe be happy with a scalp or 2 during market hours. Now, very interesting setup here, where they sold the dark pool here, also here, but they keep pushing it with flow. So we got a few targets here that remain. That 680, that gap fill, that will probably be your spot to load the boat. Okay, because this has been like pretty ass to trade, even though it looks good on a chart. That is one. We got 1, 2, and then we got that third target remaining. And I think on SPX we got a few others down there. This being the prominent one that should hit. And if we sell on Monday, I would not be buying the dip until we're here on a classic Bollinger Band pierce. Okay? As far as Bitcoin, not really rallying here. Jamie Dimon out here saying that crypto is the way to go, and specifically Bitcoin and not silver and gold. So what does that tell you? Obviously JP Morgan has an issue with silver. China putting on export controls. This is not going to be a one-time event. This is the trap, in my opinion. I've always said, look, you can fucking park all your money in silver if you want. And if you're a degenerate day trader, I'm sure you'll get out. But other people might not react that fast. Will it go higher? Yes. The problem becomes when everybody runs to the door to sell it. Okay? Because they've done it before. So you know they'll do it again. Okay? Just saying. I said that JP Morgan would reach 330 around Christmas. It did. Ding, ding, ding. Absolute craziness, but also a bitch of a trade. Comes in waves. And the next wave for this to go down, to pierce its Bollinger Band, will undoubtedly take plenty of juice out of Mr. SPY. Okay? As far as the NAMO, it has room to juice. Because guess what? We're right back in this shit. And that is now curling instead of falling. So small tech rally. Possible. Definitely possible. Again, my main squeeze is this guy. That is very bullish. Might still fuck around a few days, but overall bullish. Last time that happened, let's go investigate. Last time it did that was here in May, and that was obviously propelled with earnings, but it has room, and it's got a really nice cup pullback. Ding, 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 ding. When does he get the news to propel it up to here? I'm semi obsessed to catch that move. Nvidia, we already know this has room up to 212, and increasingly a bitch to sometimes catch, but keep an eye on it. Okay. As you know, Avgo, don't really actively trade it. It's already down from 400 to 350. Interesting. Bob, let me know when your blue line shows up, huh? Okay, hello. At some point, when they rotate into all the shit, they will probably do this. We'll probably check it at that daily 200, right? Because last time it touched the daily 200, it was $20. So, again... yeah, good shit. This is gonna be at the forefront with, you know, negotiating about the fucking healthcare ACA, blah 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 blah. Which brings me to, again, government shutdown looming. Is just not in the news yet, but it's most likely gonna happen, and it'll likely be the longest government shutdown ever. So. Again, plus Jeff's files and that whole absolute clusterfuck. I am starting to think that every single political, whether it's from impeachments to shutdowns to crisis to wars to this and to that, has all for years been a diversion from letting out the truth about these files, including the timing of sophisticated daycare operations and Charlie Kirk and everything. It is just all on your screens to divert attention from the real thing. At some point, they need to also make cooling racks great again, since I don't know of anyone else building them for all these data centers, okay, in 2026. LMT, waiting on the next destination for Tomahawk missiles. Boeing as well. Fuck, can you trade at 214 more than this thing? It is right back there too. Oh yeah, another great trade that I even mentioned. That fucking 1000% trade we pulled with Todd and Dom on Boeing. That was the shit. I remember that. This one. Ka-choom! That was a great one. Costco probably goes up this year. Okay. The 200's up there, so at some point this needs to reverse. Maybe it's already has to go do. That is probably the reversal candle. K-Web, keep an eye on China. That's gonna be the big one in the spring. There's a reason they brought this up. We caught this whole run up, and then it's been doing this. So this is technically still a bull flag, waiting for this to absolutely start ripping faces. Don't want to miss a China run. Ooh, inside week. There we go. Stowe Weekly bottomed out. Ay. This is spicy. Took some of this here on Friday off the 200 in order to catch some, the latest hip shit. This one, mildly disappointed in last week, but I guess putting in a volume shelf is still gonna keep playing it because crypto is gonna be hot again with the press of a button. A lot of it has to do with this fucker. That is a impressive hammer though. So Google still trading in this range, consolidating after Warren Buffett got in and collecting premiums. Microsoft, the tech vehicle no one likes to trade because again it's like fucking chewing nails, but it's there. At some point it's gonna go higher. Tesla, not gonna be chasing that 500 right now. Probably this week it has a possibility to go there. We got a ghost up there, gap fill more likely. Apple, well, the fucking snorkel didn't work out, so what's next, huh? They gotta come up with something. Gotta come up with something fast, because boy oh boy, that is the reason we're up here, right? QQQ still has yet to go to all-time highs. I would expect this to be the case here in January. Whatever earnings do, I don't know. Looks like they're set up for a save the whales with earnings. As far as SPY, I took some upside in case they want to pop this or not. We'll see. Okay, now let's take a look at some good old flow real quick. And do remember, we have a full moon on the 3rd. So maybe we do get a ripper into Friday after a dip this week. I just don't want to, I'm so fucking busy Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I'm hoping that the 8 ball gives me a little bit of money on Monday at open, so I can stay the fuck out and then buy the dip into Wednesday's close. That's the plan, at least. No dark pool, but let's refresh here. Did it pick up anything? No, it did not. Somebody buying Apple calls, Nvidia calls. Okay. Meta was nowhere to be found on Friday, by the way. Where is that guy? Come on now. Here we go. All right. So it will be the 29th tomorrow. Is this QQQ? I want SPY. This was Meta. Here we go. All right, the 29th. You're right there. There's a chance for you to pop up there. We have a possible rally on Monday. Needs news. Early high. Tuesday, early high. Wednesday, early low. Friday, early low. So I do think this here marks your range this week. I would like to go up here, fade, and then go back. Okay. It's a 4-day week, and then trading resumes after that. Tuesday, also holds that low, has all the way up to here. That would be fucking fantastic if they artificially pump this. Last day of the year, Wednesday. Same range, pretty much. And then first day of 2026, goalpost right there. Goalpost right there, still same range. If something bad happens down there, which is still a ghost we haven't been to as well. Okay? Keep it simple. Okay? Keep it simple. And remember that anything can happen. And let's keep doing what we're doing, counting premiums, watching the ghosts, watching sector rotation, communicating with each other. If you see something, say something, and hopefully you had a wonderful Christmas. And I really fucking hope that after kicking ass all year in 2026, all we need to do is enjoy the cheap omelet of our work we've put in this year and the year before, and for the last few years. This group has really excelled, and there's more to come. Because here on the Moon Train, we not only build back better, we combine it with bigger, beautiful, more beautiful bills. Right? That's what I'm saying. And remember, think while it's free. And God bless and love you all. Happy New Year.